Grief or the loss of a loved one sometimes can leave you with so many questions, and you need answers so badly. Or sometimes it puts you in this situation where you feel so helpless. Things are just not going in the way they should be. Or you just miss your loved ones so much that you really want to talk to them or something. You may find yourself in really dangerous places. Because when you're grieving, at least for me, I could say that from my experience, there is a part of yourself that isn't reasoning clearly. And some people may show up in the name of helping you. They could say that, I can help you talk to your loved one. Something, you can ban this to make yourself feel closer to your loved one. You can do A, B, C, D. My friend, be very careful with your life. You may end up dragging yourself into bondage that you do not understand, and your life will never be the same after that. Or you could also try and Google out things. We are in a technology era, so you may Google out some few things. How can I feel more closer to my dead loved one? These days people have really different thinking ways, and you'll find a bunch of things. Google always has answers, but be careful what you start doing. And in general, grief is a hard journey, and there is nothing that can take away grief. No, it is a process that you walk every day, and it is a slow process. It just doesn't go off like that. You have to be patient with yourself. You have to be willing to walk the journey of healing. You cannot go and find something that will just overturn the grief. No. It is a process that you walk day by day. Others take a shorter time, others take a longer time. At whatever stage grief has stricken you, whether you were a child by the time you lost your loved one and you're still struggling with it up to now, whether it has come to you as an adult, and whatever circumstances surrounded the passing on of your loved one, and whatever came after the passing on of your loved one, there is always room for healing. There is always room to walk it right, to heal right, so that you can find your peace, so that you can find your balance. There's always room for that. I'll be sharing just part by part so that the videos are not long. Maybe with time I can be able to break down and talk about these things that may affect you while you're grieving in details. For instance, how does loneliness affect you while you're grieving, and how can you overcome it, or how can you walk through it? From last week, as I suggested, you could start journaling, writing. Journaling was the first thing that helped me through my the will to live. The will and the hope that things will get better was the first, but writing was and is a fundamental part of my grief journey. So I am suggesting it again. Before we get into details, you could start by writing. Write how you feel at the moment, just what you feel. Write it down. You don't have to read it again, no. Just write it at the moment. Write how you feel. You'll find that you are relieved. Write as you're even in tears. You feel relieved. I remember the times when I would write, when I was now much bigger, or an adult, maybe in between teens there, I would write when I'm literally in tears. I would write. And after I feel like a burden has gone, at least something is gone and I feel light. Or sometimes I would just talk to myself. It is okay, you can talk to yourself as well, if you have the liberty to, because I know so sometimes the environment may not permit you to speak to yourself. But yeah, I also talk to myself a lot, just to get it out. You just talk. And you can also pray. But for me, there were also times that I could not pray. It was difficult to pray. It was so difficult. When I tried to pray, I would just break down in tears. It was so hard to pray. And that's where the informal support systems come. But that is what I'll talk about next week. I'll talk about the informal support systems, how you can benefit from them, and how you can be a good support system to someone who is grieving. I think for now I'll end there today, and thank you so much. And don't give up on yourself. There's always hope. All will be okay. Not today, not tomorrow, but you'll get better. Till next time. Thank you.